Since it's Pride Month this month, I thought, what the hell, I'll do just one view with a little LGBTQ blah 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 feel to it for Pride Month. I've reviewed a few that has that little feel, but this one definitely has it, and it was at the time a guilty pleasure of mine. So here it is. This is my review of But I'm a Cheerleader. Bad Days, Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is DuVall, better known to you as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a review of the 1999 satirical teen rom-com But I'm a Cheerleader, released by Lionsgate, directed by Jamie Babbitt, in our feature directorial debut ran by Brian Wayne Pearson, starring Natasha Lyonne, along with Clea DuVall, RuPaul, and Cathy Moriarty. The film was produced and filmed in 1999 and made its premiere at the Toronto International Film Festival, almost a year later, in July of 2000, it was released theatrically. The film was inspired by an article about conversion therapy well, mm, and childhood familiarity with rehabilitation programs. According to Babbitt, it used the story of a young woman finding her sexual identity to explore the social construction of gender roles and, well, I think you know the rest. The costume and set design of the film highlight these themes by using artificial textures in intense blues and pinks. Natasha Lyonne plays Megan Bloomfield, a high school cheerleader whose parents send her to a residential inpatient conversion therapy camp to cure her lesbianism. At camp, she realizes that she is indeed a lesbian, and despite the therapy, comes to embrace her sexuality. The film did okay and what have you, but it has become a cult classic and what have you. So I will go ahead and give you the story, the whole story. So mind you, I will give you the warning later on. Let's see. Oh, yes. 17-year-old high school senior Megan Bloomfield loves cheerleading and is dating Jared, a football player, but doesn't enjoy kissing him, instead preferring to look at her fellow cheerleaders. This combined with her interest in vegetarianism and Melissa Etheridge leads her parents, Peter and Nancy, and friends to suspect that she's a lesbian. Aided by ex-gay Mike, they surprise her with intervention. She is then sent to True Directions, a 2-month-long conversion therapy camp intended to convert attendees to heterosexuality via a 5-step program in which they admit their homosexuality, rediscover their gender identity by performing stereotypically gender-associated tasks, find the root of their homosexuality, demystifying the opposite sex, and simulating heterosexual intercourse. Upon arrival, she meets strict dis- disciplinarian Mary J. Brown, the program's director. Mary's son Rock is seen throughout the film making multiple sexual overtures towards Mike and the other male campers. Hmm. During the program, Megan befriends college student Graham Eaton. Although Graham is more comfortable in her sexuality, she was forced to attend the camp or risk being disowned by her family after her stepmother caught her having sex. Megan meets several other adolescents and young adults trying to cure themselves of their homosexuality, and the group's prompting forces her to reluctantly admit her lesbianism, which contradicts her traditional religious upbringing and distresses her. So she puts every effort into becoming heterosexual. Early on in her stay, she shockingly discovers retail worker Clea DuVall making out with a fellow male camper and varsity wrestler named Dolph. After Mike catches him in the act, Dolph is dismissed from the premises and Clea is punished with isolation and is sent to a doghouse for a week. Two of Mary's former students, ex-gays, Larry and Lloyd Morgan Gordon, encouraged the campers to rebel against her by taking them to a local gay bar. which I better not say the name because it's too strong. Where Graham and Megan's relationship becomes romantic. Upon discovering what they did, Mary forces all of them to picket the couple's house, carrying placards and shouting homophobic abuse. Megan and Graham sneak away one night to have sex and begin to fall in love. When Mary discovers their escapade, Megan, now unapologetically comfortable with her sexuality, is dismissed from the premises. Graham, afraid that her continued defiance will result in her father potentially disinheriting her permanently, stays behind. I'll give you the ending right now. So I'll give you a few seconds, and then you must fast forward to the time below. I'll give you 5 seconds still, so you know the procedure. I won't tell you the rest, so let's do the 5 seconds now. Okay, you've been warned. Disowned by her parents and homeless, Megan goes to stay with Larry and Lloyd, discovering that Dolph now also lives with them. The pair plan to rescue Graham and Clea by infiltrating the graduation ceremony. While Dolph successfully coaxes Clea away, Graham initially declines Megan's invitation to join them. Megan then performs a cheer she composed for Graham, declaring her love for her, finally winning her over, and they drive off with Dolph and Clea. The final scene shows Peter and Nancy uncomfortably attending a PFLAG meeting to come to terms with their daughter's homosexuality. End of story. So, what did I think of But I'm a Cheerleader? Well, at the time, yes, this was a guilty pleasure of mine because when I was in school, I liked the cheerleaders because they became, well, real good friends of mine. And well, after this came out just kind of right, well, before Bring It On was released, I do believe, but I didn't see it until the next year. So after watching Bring It On, this kind of tempted me to watch this just because. And I'm gonna say it's an okay, it's an alright film. It's kind of a mixed bag though, but still it's sort of a, well, now a semi guilty pleasure. When it was initially rated NC-17 by the MPAA, Babbitt made cuts to allow it to be re-rated as R. Now, when interviewing the documentary film This Film Is Not Yet Rated, she criticized the MPAA for discriminating against films with homosexual content. Well, the film has developed a cult following since its release. It was not well received by contemporary critics of the time, who compared it unfavorably to the films of John Waters and criticized the colorful production design. The lead actors, however, were praised for their performances, but some of the characters were described as stereotypical. Too true. Anyway, now the film did alright and what have you, so it went on to make 2.6 million against its $1 million budget, and it has been described as a favorite with gay audiences and on the art house circuit. Now, the film sets at 42% on Rotten Tomatoes, saying that it's too broad to make any real statements, but the film isn't as sharp as it should be, but a charming cast and surprisingly emotional center may bring enough pep for viewers looking for a light social satire. The New York Times praised Natasha Lyonne and Clea DuVall for their performances. I agree with them on that. Metacritic has a score of 39%. The LA Times described the movie as having jaunty, superficial humor that tends more to confirm homosexual stereotypes for easy laughter than to skewer the horror of conversion therapy. Manuel Levy of Variety described it as a shallow, only mildly entertaining satire, and Roger Ebert said it feels like an amateur night version of itself, awkward, heartfelt, and sweet. And reviews from gay media were positive as well. And the film has undergone a critical reassessment over time. Anyway, now when it was released, it has an overall runtime of 85 minutes, but in the UK, it was released in the UK where it was 7 minutes longer and has since been considered to be like a director's cut of the film. As a matter of fact. And has been seen on streaming services recently and on physical media. So overall, I am gonna say Jamie Babbitt's direction wasn't too bad. Now it does now for its cast, Natasha Lyonne and Clea DuVall are definitely really good as Megan and Graham. I have to give them both credit. Cathy Moriarty played Mary Brown. I gotta say, she's a real mean character at times, just like she was in Casper a few years prior, but of course that was a family movie. Now, RuPaul Charles, yes, don't mind the actual name, but you probably wouldn't even notice that without being dressed in drag. Well, as you know, RuPaul plays the character Mike. Now, Mink Stoll and Bud Cort, kind of odd names, played Megan's parents, Nancy and Peter. We also have the late great Richard Mall. You may know him of Night Court fame. And also Wesley Mann, who most people would know him would really know him of who would also be on appear on Night Court. He was also appeared on The Golden Girls and Parker Lewis Can't Lose. Most people would also know him for playing the Caterpillar on Disney's Adventures in Wonderland. He also appeared in other movies like My Stepmother's an Alien, Who's Harry Crumb, Back to the Future Part 2, and many others. Yeah, they they played the Morgan Gordons. Richard Mall being Larry, and Wesley Mann played Lloyd. Yeah, a lot of the other characters are fine, what have you. There's also Michelle Williams, who of course who of course was already big on TV's Dawson's Creek and recently appearing in films like Halloween H2O and Dick, which that's a much more funnier film and what have you. I like that one. You know, the film about two ditzy teens that stumble across the Watergate scandal. If you haven't seen that movie, you need to check that out. Yeah, she appears in this. And Julie Delpy, who recently appeared in another guilty pleasure of mine, a film I still have yet to review, An American Werewolf in Paris. Yeah, very good. So anyway, the cast is not too bad. Pat Irwin does the score, and the music's fine, maybe. Some of it sounds a little cheerful and what have you. There's also some pretty good tunes and what have you. I think I think the one of the songs I like is "If You Should Try and Kiss Her," which was done by an ad called Dressy Bessy. But anyway, that's about it. That's about all I'm going to tell you. So overall, from my point of view, but I'm a cheerleader. Well, it can be. It's fine and whatever. It's just a kind of a little oddity or something like that. So would I recommend this film? I'd say I'd recommend you give it a one-time watch. That's it. It does have a good cast, though. I do like that, and I don't mind the colors and what have you of them. The well, blue and the pink and stuff like that. I don't mind that, and the music's kind of a good, and well, some of the songs are pretty good. So overall, I think that I'm a Cheerleader is worth a one-time watch. So, what did you think about I'm a Cheerleader? Let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Join me next time when I bring to you my May 2024 rewatches rankings. And if you like this, consider checking out these other films with a little feel to it of a gay or lesbianism or what have you. In the upper left hand corner is my review of a real guilty pleasure of mine, and that's Three a Tango. which actually was released the same year this originally made its premiere in 1999. Or go to the upper right hand corner and see my kind of a mini review of the film Bombs, along with a couple other films in this mini reviews vid. You'll see Bombs in there. That was a recent LGBTQ flick, which I thought was pretty good. Or if you would like maybe some ultimate cheerleading, but with no stuff like lesbianism, check out my review of Bring It On in the bottom left hand corner. And the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.